says, nah, can you come help me at captain's draft? I leave Christmas Eve, leave my crying wife to come to this. The only thing he feeds me are Haagen-Dazs and pizza. I used to be so skinny before this event, and now I'm back. I've literally only eaten M&M's, pizza, and ice cream because it's what he subsists on for the last 7 days. I cannot feel my extremities. I want to die. And here we are. Thank you, Sunsfan TV.
That's not true. I got McDonald's with you yesterday.
Yeah, I've been eating McDonald's nuggets too. That's been my food pyramid. The healthiest thing I could have eaten is McDonald's nugs. Thank you, Sunsfan.
Well, Slacks, thank you for that heartwarming tale. And folks, remember, if you want to come join us here at Captain's Draft, tickets are still available. MoonduckTV/CD4. That'll take you right to the tickets. Come down, hop on the train, and join us. They're still available, and you might even get to meet Slacks. He needs a little perking up. This could be your special project. But alas, we've got a draft mineski versus Secret. It starts now.
Oh, thank you.
Maybe bring Slacks some vegetables or something.
Bring me some kale. I've never had it before, but my body wants it.
Just kidding. He doesn't eat vegetables, guys.
Just kidding.
There's actually. He's just upset he hasn't been eating straight ground beef the whole time.
It's true.
We got the
At least you
quick run
stopped
through
eating
here.
the meat sticks.
We've got the Ice Timber. It's also, I think Ace used to play quite a bit of Timber too, actually. So potential there.
Hey, the Crystal
We've
Maiden.
lost
A lot
the
of good
Meepo.
supports here.
Got it.
CM, Rasta, Dazzle.
It's okay. They're a little
Warlock?
defensive. Like Dazzle, Warlock are pretty defensive. Witch Doctor is somewhere in there. So
Earth Spirit.
offensive-wise, I mean, is Earth Spirit there?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
probably the best support.
And there's also Pudge. I know
offensively.
Pudge has a big old win rate right now.
Big old win rate.
Does he
God, I
really?
hate Pudge.
He
He's a
does.
pretty classic Captain's Draft hero too, because all the pools are lower, and so you kind of reach into that second and third tier of each role, and he's obviously kind of fits that position 4.
I saw a stat on Reddit that said he was picked like 54% of all games, and his win rate was like 53%. So he's like actually, I mean, that's what's going to happen, right? He's been the most popular hero in Dota, at least in NA, forever.
Yeah.
And now he's actually in a pretty good place.
I can't take
of course
it
he's going to
anymore,
get drafted.
I can't remember the last pub game I played that there wasn't a Pudge. It's seriously like playing a different game mode when there's a Pudge not in the game.
Wow,
Do you
a
find it
techies player.
ironic
That's
how
beautiful.
you're talking about this as a techies
Can you believe
player?
that? Yeah.
Oh, you see a lot of techies? I don't think so.
Yeah, but you ruined the game.
Well, I don't. I win the game, which might ruin it for everyone else but me. Anyway. So,
Conka.
Enchantress. Hey, well, look at that. An Enchantress band? Are we in CIS Dota right now? What is this?
I believe that was the Matama Man tweet the other day, right? How to win the offlane in 2018. Pick Enchantress, or your other option is pull the wave with any hero. And that's pretty much it. So
Yeah.
What's with all the Razor and Quap here? I was going to say we're a little bit limited on mid-heroes.
Oh, that's
outside
Storm
of Razor,
Spirit.
Quap, Storm. Those are kind of the big 3, and there's a Viper up there.
Ember Spirit,
Oh, we got a
Viper.
Nyx too.
Oh,
Razor
guys,
could.
we have a Timber Saw.
Yeah, we called that
Or
already.
mineski.
Yeah.
Mid. Check it.
Welcome to the broadcast, Slacks. Thanks
All
for
right.
joining us.
Well,
How's that fidget spinner going?
Still
Yeah,
draining.
I gotta get rid of this thing. Thanks a lot for
It's been in his hands spinning this whole
Well,
time.
you can't just give that thing to me. I have a problem. I'm a fidgeter. All right,
I mean,
anyway.
there's plenty of mid heroes that they could run, plus matchup specific stuff.
Okay, yeah, now
I mean,
that
there's so many viable heroes in this pool. I
Hey.
feel like at least 60% of these would be more than good.
it feels like a fairly balanced pool.
There's a Tide Hunter. I'm very excited for that. We've been seeing a lot more Tide, and I love it. That carry Tide stuff is ridiculous lately.
Is that just because you
feels
can buy refresher eggs on him? And
No, not just because of
You ever
that.
done that?
He's super tanky. I saw some games
is.
in Dream League, the last major tournament, that was just insane with that tanky Tide Hunter. They never killed him. In fact, it might have been Ace. I think about it.
It was Fata.
Oh, yeah, it was Fatty Fada. That's right. That's what I kept saying. I can't believe I forgot.
Ricky curiously banned by Mineski. It's kind of
Ricky
interesting.
bans?
Maybe just
Between the Kunkka and the Ricky ban, it makes me think it's like anti-mobility. So I feel like they're going to want to pick stuff like Quap,
Storm.
maybe Weaver, Storm, yeah, stuff like that. Perhaps is my initial impression.
They
probably
play really
'cause-
well around Bounty too for Secret, and I think a lot of teams in these modes sometimes they'll just replace, like they'll do Bounty things with like a Ricky, because you can still get a lot of the same value in terms of like that vision around the map for creating space for someone who's split pushing a lot, like Bounty Ember or like Ricky Ember, something like that.
It'd be good if they pick like Timber Saw as well. So maybe they're just kind of trying to protect against those things.
Interesting.
So Rasta is probably the biggest question here. If Secret wants to just hand that over to Mineski, I feel like they'll just take it first pick as that safe one. I don't think they'd commit that early to something like the Timber, especially because the offlane pool is very open right now. At the same time, you could pick the Timber early and then have the flexibility of putting it in other places, but
I feel like it's dangerous to
Don't
pick
think he's
super
that-
early just
yeah.
because matchup like 1v1 stuff.
Your guys' minds are going to be blown when Team Secret goes with that first phase Witch Doctor pick.
Hey, Witch Doctor's great right now. He's a very good hero.
He was played in a series on the other stream.
Yes. Hey, is Bristleback still the worst hero in the game?
I
Call
mean,
me
he was like unpicked in Midas mode, right?
Yeah.
He got randomed maybe once, but I don't think he ever got. I mean, not
No.
that there were a lot of picks in Midas mode, but
Hey, but Bristleback Magnus. There you go.
We'll see.
Bristleback man, it's
Yes.
the classic combo.
I guess the thing
Well,
about Timber,
Power makes him a little bit of a carry.
if they had have picked Timber first from Mineski, it would have been rather difficult to find a good lane matchup as Secret. Plus, then you have to worry about for the rest of the whole draft anyway, so they just remove it. And the Nyx gets picked first.
It's
Okay.
assassin.
Nyx.
First
I
pick.
think that's pretty safe. It covers a lot of bases. It's good against the mid heroes that are available. Gives you
Best 4
gank
left in the
potential.
pool, without question, I would say.
What'd you say was?
Best 4 left in the
okay.
pool. Naga, I think, could also have been acceptable.
Yeah, I think that's actually the good point. The best, definitely the best 4. Everyone else is pretty much five supports, unless you count CM or something.
And then
as a
there's
4.
Pudge, who's...
Pudge is
Yep.
4-y.
Yeah.
But he's more. You definitely don't open Pudge, obviously. So.
Well, they did.
But
Wah,
yeah,
wah,
eat shit,
wah.
Purge.
No, I mean as a first pick. I didn't
just
mean as a response. Come on.
The timing was just too perfect.
I do like the Pudge pick though. If your opponents have a lot of ganks, you can hook allies out. That's one of the maybe underappreciated ways that Pudge is amazing. It's not just offensive.
I might hate Pudge in my pub games, but I do love him in pro games.
Yeah.
It's going to be
Pudge
so good.
Viper is a pretty dirty opener. It's just that two very scourgy heroes.
Could you explain what you mean by Scourgy other than
Well, they're
Scourge and Sentinel?
both they're both dire and no, they're just annoying. Like they both have slows. They do a
They're
lot
s-
of. They're
they're
just annoying
spiky.
heroes to play against. They fit
Okay.
that same kind of. It's like picking Viper and Venomancer together. They're
Oh.
both slow and annoying.
Okay.
Dude,
I
this
can't
looks
believe
great.
this,
Are they about
yeah.
to get Rasta and Razor, I guess? Is there any risk of Secret taking the Razor for themselves? I feel like that's the best matchup to just send mid if you're Mineski.
I don't know if I'm sold on. I mean, Razor's pretty good against Viper, but Viper's okay against it as well, though.
What about Queen of Pain? She matches okay against Viper, right?
Yeah, Quap would be pretty good because she can basically ignore Viper at all points in time. Quap would be ungankable by Pudge, unless it was like a super crazy wraparound. So I could certainly see that, but Viper still might be like in a 1v1 against Timbersaw, well, you know.
That's the Razor.
Razor.
This looks great. The first 3 from Neski.
Yeah, I think
Makes
it's
me
great.
wonder if there's some sort of a idea here from Secret, like these last 3. Like, do they have like a Magnus +1 combo that looks really good?
I mean, hypothetically, if Secret get like a 4-staff and just push Razor or whoever away when the static link comes out, they're still fine. But Razor certainly counters part of Viper's damage, even though a lot of it is magic now.
Hey, remember when pros were trying to do off-lane Ember?
Nope.
No.
Those were good
that
times.
ever happen?
Safe lane Ember, that was it. Excuse me.
Okay.
Okay. yeah,
Very
well,
different things.
Yes.
I do remember that.
Yeah. That don't happen no more, right?
Not really.
Occasionally.
It's pretty easy to pressure. It's got low armor. There's a lot of issues like that.
If you give him a lot of space, it works. But yeah, I think.
Is this
Purge is better than money.
gyrocopter pick for Secret, maybe?
Maybe the Weaver instead because of
It's an
the
anti-hero.
tether,
Okay.
and then the Queen has the same reasoning too. I think that's gonna be offlane Queen, and then they go back for the Weaver, position 1.
Really? I assume they just put Queen mid, I guess, against the Razor.
That's true. They can just do that and then give
So
the
you can-
Viper safe lane and then
Because
find some.
even daggering him doesn't matter anymore, because it's not like you get hit by unstable current.
Yeah.
You just dagger and out harass him, and if he links you, blink.
I actually think Tide would be a great addition to the Secret draft. They're pretty light on stuns right now. And it's the Naga.
Okay, so Naga
another
support.
form of control, though.
Can you can't hook through Song, right? Like, you can't reposition people, right? They're
I don't
straight up
think so.
invulnerable.
no, they just
Just
goes
goes
through.
through 'em.
Okay. You can still time it, but
So that's probably our support duo. I would guess the Pudge Naga Siren.
yeah.
They have the chance to switch if they want, but if I'm looking at it like this, that's kind of how I envision it, like the Puppy Naga, kind of a classic. Yapsor being more active on the Pudge.
Like the way the team matchups kind of look to me is like Secret is going to wait until Mineski go in,
Mackenzie.
and then they'll either cast Song of the Siren or they'll hook out the guy that's chain stunned. Basically, would be their ideal. And if they do that, then they should be able to reinitiate. Maybe pick off like a Shadow Shaman or a Nyx out of position, perhaps.
What do you think Mineski are going to do for their next core? Is this
Weaver?
like the Weaver?
matches up decently against either the Viper or the Queen of Pain, whatever's going on, like because the lane mix-ups that could be coming out from Secret, and then you have Razor, who's already kind of this frontliner, so I feel like you could kind of maneuver around that as a Weaver.
I'd say it's
Try and put in
okay.
some
Yeah.
damage. They don't have the best control either for
Is
a
it
Weaver.
net fairly good against Weaver though?
Just time
You
lapse.
should be able to projectile dodge if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I guess it's pretty slow.
Like just go invis to dodge it, but it'd be okay. I'm not super sold on Weaver. I think it's all right, but not amazing. Because once Quap gets like an Orchid, then there's a lot of things that actually can kill him between like Hook Dismember or Quap Orchid.
So I'm just wondering if we're undervaluing Gyro.
We also still have to figure out an Ice hero. The Tidehunter's still just there. He would give him a ton of team fight. Doesn't have any huge lane issues right now.
What if he ravages or something? Like that's the scary thing about Naga. It's like if they just get more team fight, then she could just completely offset that with
So
Song.
they're going
It's
to
scary.
Mag Ember then? Is that the play?
That's boring. Don't do that.
What's wrong with Mag Ember? Empower an Ember Spirit, man.
Oh boy.
I don't think that's worth it against like all these tanky heroes. If like Viper, Pudge are so high HP, and Quap as well, you don't need cleave really. I think,
So just go with the safety of the Tide
it could also
instead.
be Naga carry, is something we haven't thought about, I suppose.
It's a really
Yeah.
good point.
But I haven't tried it.
I
with
think
the
No Tail
agility
played it
items.
earlier
Really?
with the... He went to Fusel and like Yasha or something like that.
Okay,
Just
so he actually
kinda-
did go agility.
And
items.
there's been like the Shadow Blade Naga that's been running through pubs.
Ah, that actually sounds okay.
Yeah, it was like right before the last tournament. It was like some of the OG players are playing. I think it was like No Tail
Sounds fun.
and Rezo were both going about it.
Yeah, I
There
could
are still
I
a
could
lot
see that
of good
working.
supports. A lot of good defensive supports you could pair with the Pudge. Even like Witch Doctor.
Yeah, they do go for the
They grab the
gyrocopters.
gyro.
They need more
Lots
damage
of
here.
team fight this game, guys.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
No kidding.
Mostly on the side of Team Secret. Mineski has like Ravage, and then he kind of Carapace to help like break up some of the combos and stuff. But the Song into the Gyro ulti with Sonic Wave.
Pudge doesn't even care anymore. He's not even looking at everybody else. What a jerk.
What
Anyway, I really like Secret's draft because they have sick disengage. Song ruins this team right now. I mean, Razor, he's Lynx. He wants to fight. Ravage happens. They want to fight. They have all these things that have to happen. And with Naga's disengage, they can just walk away and go back in, and it looks pretty good for them. So I'm going to have to go with Secret 100%.
I think I'm going to go with Mineski because I think Secret, despite them having really good disengage, I think they're kind of lacking in farm potential because it's like Pudge, Naga support, Viper. Those heroes don't farm super fast unless Viper goes like Radiance or something. So I feel like on the other side of the map, they just have Gyro basically is the big farmer. So I feel like the other team is going to be able to farm a lot faster. I think Mineski between like Tide and
I would say if there's one thing
stuff
they've been
like
good
that.
at, though, is they are able to enable Yapsor pretty well. So if they can do the same thing with Puppy and allow
It's
him
true.
to do that kind of classic Naga thing where that support just suddenly like, why is this guy, like, how does he sound like 3,000 gold? Oh, he just got a Relic. It's like, okay,
Mhm.
this guy actually is Radiance at the support position. And it just, like, tends to happen.
Yep.
suppose.
I could see that still going fairly well for them. The Mineski draft overall, I'm not too, I don't feel that great about Ember and Razor. Like, what happens if the Ravage doesn't go well, how does their fight work? Like, it feels kind of strange with both those heroes trying to
Yeah.
get into play and the chase and everything. Like, their best catch after Ravage is, like, blinking
Okay.
Shaman if he gets it. I don't know.
I think they just split push and push a little bit and then take fights when they have cooldowns.
We'll
So
see. I
that's
think
my thought.
Secret might have a bumpy early and mid game, but late game, we'll see what they can do. With that said, we're going to jump right into it. Sunsfan and Cinderin, ready to rock.
Thank you, friends. Sunfan here with Cinderwin. We have Secret versus Mineski, and the winner of this is first in Group Horse. They're the true horse of Captain's Draft 4.0, presented by Events DC.
And they get to choose opponents between.
well, it can be any of the teams, technically.
That is true. There's
Because
actually
the
yeah,
series
that
after
is
this is going to be Empire versus Vici Gaming, and then the winner of that will play the loser of this one, and then that's when we'll find that out.
Yeah.
I wish we had come up with a kind of a ceremony for them choosing. You know, I actually had a theory, and maybe it's not a theory, but when I owned DC back in the day, I don't know if you remember this, Cinder.
Yeah, those were the golden days.
Yeah. We were at TI, and we got to pick our opponent at some point, or at least that was the possibility. And I thought it would be cool if we pretended to just randomly choose. We flip a coin, right? So
Yeah.
that way, that the team that we chose, which in theory was random according to everybody else, even though we actually chose them, they would get no satisfaction. Like, oh, they picked us, we have to try hard. You know what I mean? There's not that mentality to work with.
Yeah,
It's genius, but I never got to do it.
that's really clever. I think the teams are playing to win anyway. No matter based on a coin toss.
I think
but-
you. I know you haven't played a lot professionally to have
Excuse
this experience,
Excuse me.
but if you look at like professional sports, you get hyped up even more if you know somebody thinks you're bad. You know what I mean? You actually do. You some people
okay,
maybe like for
I mean,
you,
I
I don't
guess.
like you're very analytical. You wouldn't be affected by anything, right? You can feed down mid
That's
10
not
times in a
true.
row. But a lot of people they get super hyped about it.
Right
you know
now,
what I
I'm
mean?
being affected by how much you're draining my brain cells.
Okay, so back to the matter, and of course I'm correct on this.
I know. I can see it a little. I could see it.
A little bit.
I could see it.
What do you mean a little bit?
I
It's
could see
literally a thing.
I could see it a lot.
Thank you. See, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for affirmation from you. Mid 1 in the mid lane on Viper. I haven't gotten to cast a match with you yet with this new Viper, quote unquote new. You're going to see a shackle from Ninja Boogie, but she's taking a lot of damage from the tower and a couple right clicks from mid 1 right now. Yapsor has Rot level 1 right now. The Nether Toxin this game, breaking passives. What are we looking at? Unstable Current. Kraken Shell is a huge one.
Kraken Shell's really good.
Yeah. That's going to... They picked that after the Viper as well.
Yes. Oh, this is a good shackle, actually. That is so much damage onto mid one. He's dead.
Oh,
He
my
actually
lord.
died.
That is a lot of right click. I mean, Shadow Shaman,
Oh.
77 base damage as a support.
Yeah, mid one just misstepped there. He got into tower range and got shackled when all his creeps were dead. He was like on the edge of the ring, and shackle is so long duration and they don't have a counterplay, so he took like 4 tower hits, Razor dealt damage, and the Shaman himself. So that was a really nice play from Ninja Boogie, seizing that opportunity he had there for a moment. Haven't talked too much about the lineups in general. I feel like both lineups have like very different strengths. The panel we're touching a bit on Secret's ability to disengage and kind of kite, and the Dire is a lot more explosive with like Ravage into Spirit Remnants and Vendetta Burst with all the nukes that they have. I like this Dire lineup quite a lot actually in this game. I think it comes down to for Secret whether they can find a way to make their supports useful. Like this Naga Pudge combination is a bit awkward for me. But I know Puppy plays a really good Naga, and he has been playing it a lot. So that gives me pretty good hope for them in being able to utilize that well.
How does Yapsor Pudge typically work? Because you don't typically see him on heroes that aren't going to be able to farm a whole lot. Like he ends up with more farm than the off lane in a lot of games.
Yeah.
But with Pudge, you're probably not going to be seeing that as you're also not going to be seeing this kill in the top lane.
To be fair, that's not a very expected kill either. The Knicks had Mana Burn level 1, and they were still able to kill this
I
quad
prefer
by
if you just
rotating
berate
position.
me so I learn my lesson not to
Yeah.
miss kills.
Don't miss kills.
Thank you.
Also, your thing about the coin toss was a joke.
What? What? How dare you? Where were we? We were talking about something very important.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
top lane.
the Pudge.
Yes.
The farming with Yapsor.
Pudge actually has potential to scale really well and to find farm, but it's under the condition that... hang on.
Double impale. Puppy finds
And
his way to
bottom
the
at the same
grave.
time.
Oh, good call. Looking for the deny on the creeps. Gets an anchor smash off. Only level 1 right now.
They
They're
need to
trying
be
to
careful not to get this
Yeah.
stomp off. Isis has to just
Why not just kill the centaurs first? How about that? You can just do that. It's easy,
Oh my
easy
God.
peasy.
Oh,
Oh, Yapsor ends up getting the kill.
That was
Nicely
very
done.
close to a deny, actually. The
Yes.
neutrals, the centaur was mid-animation on the stomp. And I think they would have killed the tide. That's what he was going for anyway. He wasted some of their time, but...
Oh, mid lane, we have a dive in the tier 1 as Puppy will die again, but Mushi looks to be the trade. Mid 1 will be traded again. Ninja Boogie, I feel
not
like
a
he's
good
been in
trade.
every single kill. He's
5 and
5 and 0. What?
All right. Well, he's got to get mana boots till minute 4.
I don't think I've ever seen that
He's
on a
top
roster
net worth in
before.
his team.
Oh, yep, sorry, get that rune. Oh, no! You poor Pudge. You got to see it finally, a professional match, but can't pick it up in time.
And he got
And
killed.
Fata, in the meantime, trying to do the same thing, but
Getting solo
At least he
killed by
gets it.
Tide as a support is generally really bad. Like
Yeah.
that should never happen. I'm not sure what Yapsor was doing there, but yeah, it's probably just a bit too cocky with trying to get that rune with low health. I wasn't watching it, but that should.
sorry, nobody's expecting anything. Hook into the Rot, and Puppy with an ensnare as well. And this is going to be a very much needed kill here for Secret in the mid lane.
They need to not fall apart in this lane stage. The only hero that has been doing well until now was Gyrocopter, but now they brought mid 1 back in the game with that kill. So good rotation there from Yapsor. It's going to get his level 3 as well. Now they have the ensnare into level 2 hook. Very powerful combination top lane. Close. Jabs canceled the impale there. Fata would have blinked it anyway, so not too much coming out of that. But yeah, so far so good for mineski in the lanes. At least they've got multiple kills. Their Tidehunter's got really good levels. The Razor has, arguably until that kill, he won the mid lane against Viper, but now it's swung back in the favor of Secret. And I think more important than anything, they're getting away with a safe lane Ember. I think that in most cases this is like really, really bad. Like,
Yeah.
Ember is not a good safe lane
Oh,
hero.
he's gonna get hooked.
Yeah, nice Caster's Curse. There you go.
Naga, Puppy with the ensnare, and they're gonna find the kill. Thanks for bringing up how well Ember Spirit was doing in this lane as he feeds away his life.
That wasn't a feed. He got hooked.
Yeah, the hooks haven't even had to set them up with ensnare at all. It's nice
yeah,
redirection.
is very good at this hero.
Oh, mid lane though. Mid one is going to be in a lot of hurt here. Ninja Boogie
Time to get
looking for his
6-0
sixth kill. He has 0 assists right now, so definitely going to be using this Ether Shock to finish off mid one. Oh, not quite enough. Have to practice that in the future, Ninja Boogie. He's going to finally get his first assist
Viper
of the
used
game.
to stick.
Oh yeah, that's right. That damn stick.
That was a
gotta
bit
make
of a
sure
waste,
that-
actually. He's
yeah.
100% dead there.
You want the Shadow Shaman to get that.
Maybe
not, actually.
5-0, I think you
Well,
want
no,
to.
at this point, you let him get like 5 more kills, and then you kill him, and that's when you get your money back.
Oh, you mean Viper, yeah.
No.
No, Viper wants Shaman to get the kill.
Oh, yeah, Sean, yes. Well, did you hear that? That is the worst. That's not a normal sound effect. I think that's the cosmetic, isn't it?
The homing missile?
Yeah,
No,
that
it
sound
always
effect's-
makes that sound, but it generally has like an
Yeah,
explosive sound on
exactly.
top of it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I didn't hear the explosion. for some
That
reason.
sounded horrendous. You guys need to post that on Reddit. That is of the utmost importance, literally unplayable.
Crucial.
What do you think of Gyro this game? As I guess scaling to the late game more than anything.
He has, I don't think he has the best matchup. Actually, hang on, Ninja Boogie might die here. He is worth a lot of gold. Or, never mind. Good shackle.
They have the Ether Shock in 2 seconds.
timing.
Oh, yeah,
Very good
Impale will
timing.
miss. Fought to level 5 right now. So back to Gyro. Eurocopter, as we
Yeah.
like to call him.
He's definitely going to be the most farmed hero on the map for a while. He's the best hero at just at farming in this game. So if he has a good laning stage, he will definitely get rich. But I don't think Gyro has the best core matchups in this game. I don't consider the hero particularly good against Razor. I think Tide is pretty good a lot of the time as well. Like if you get in on him, you can... Like he's obviously short range, except if he has something to hit so that flag spreads. But a lot of the time, Tide can be maybe the guy that he can hit, and then he can anchor him.
Being introduced to the level 6 Ember Spirit with the Shadow Shaman, of course. There it is, Ninja Boogie. That's what we like to see. 6-0-1. Calden comes through. We're not going to get
missed.
connected, but the Rocket Barrage dealing so much damage. No Flame Guard to speak of for 5 seconds. Homing Missile's on its way. What
dead.
level is that?
Doesn't matter. He's dead.
It doesn't matter. 60, yeah, it can do 60 damage. Let's hear it. Oh, it didn't kill him, but the right click will. That sound effect is super bugged right now. In fact, the more I hear it, the more I like it, actually. I would like that to stay in the game as a feature. What do you think? Can we make a petition for Valve not to fix that
If
bug?
you like it, it's probably bad.
Oh, no. Why?
Um,
How is this is the crazy thing about Dota these days. Ninja Boogie, again, 6-0-1, level 4 only.
Yeah,
That's
you
so
get
weird,
you
right?
get way less experience from early game kills now than you used to. That doesn't mean they're not consequential. Like he's obviously got a lot of gold out of it, and he's relatively to the enemies. Of course, he's rich.
Nice. We'll TP away. Viper Strike was used. Of course, with that Nether Toxin, that's an easy kill if he doesn't TP away.
Just to finish off on the Gyro thing, so we've got that covered. I also think Ember Spirit actually has a good matchup against Gyro. He's very mobile, can get out of call down. He can kite him during the BKB that Gyro always will get. And Yapsor will be dead.
Yes, he's dead.
Goes to Mushi.
2 assists. We're going to have an assist count now for Ninja Boogie, as he has yet to die in this match.
Mineski are playing very fast, by the way. I feel like this is a different pace from what they played against Vici Gaming. They're making a lot of quick movements, a lot of like all over the place aggressive plays. Hook. Oh, he got it actually.
He's going to attempt to TP out, and he
He's
might be
out.
successful, in fact.
Nice TP. Used
a
a
counter
Fairy
to
Fire
Viper.
Fountain. He was scared maybe of dying.
Fada jumps into the top lane. Looks like Jabs is here to... Is that a taunt I just heard?
Yes. it is
Nyx
the
has a taunt?
Taunt of no.
Oh, call down, but there's again the TP. So we're seeing this consistently. Mineski able to TP out in the midst of danger.
It's still a good play from Ace to force that TP out. It's
And what do you
allows
have right
Fata
now?
to
You
take
have,
this tower.
you have Hook and Ensnare, that's literally it. And then Dismember once he's 6.
Yeah. And you will have Song ultimately as well. But I still like this. You know your limitations of your lineup. Like you don't have many stuns, but you can at least still put pressure with your Gyro, rotate it to top, force that enemy to TP out, gets the tier 1 tower. It's a great move overall. Ace is, taking advantage of just being in a strong position in this game to try to lead the charge as much as possible on all the aggressive moves for his team. And he will get a 10-minute drum phase, Aquila, and 1. He is very rich at this point. What's his GPM?
He's 1,400
450.
above his own teammate, who's second in the Viper. So
Yep.
not too shabby.
Gonna
Looks
have a
like it
top
will
three.
be the tier 1 trade, but at the very least some damage. No, maybe not. Fata is going to be met by Moon, aka Nana in the top lane on the Ember Spirit. Looks like Homing Missile will be on jabs. Of course, Spike Carapace is a pseudo counter to this, but Fata is here to play. And with the Rocket Barrage, this should be a very easy kill for Secret. Yapster, was he in range? It's always so annoying playing Pudge. You just can't quite get within the AoE that you need to for that Flesh Heap.
It's 450. It's a pretty
It's
low
pretty
range.
low. Yeah.
Most of the time, Pudge really only gets Flesh Heap when he is the one killing with Dismember. That's like almost always the way.
Sad days. Speaking of which, have you ever seen... this is going to be a theme. I know we haven't cast together in a while. I like to talk about level 25 towns.
Very
Have you
relevant
ever
in some
seen?
games.
Have you ever seen plus 3-second dismember duration
Yes.
picked up?
Yeah, I have.
Has it really?
Yeah, I've seen it. I think
Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen it personally.
it's a 6-second stun. It's really good. It deals a
it-
lot of damage too. Like that's
Well,
the other thing.
Oh, it also heals him for a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a strong skill.
I mean,
The Flesh Heap-
that's the thing. It's in theory, it's good, but I feel like in most games you're going to get that canceled. Plus, the 2 Flesh Heap extra stacks is ridiculous. Like doubles your HP almost.
that's slight exaggeration.
It's a more than a
exaggeration.
slight exaggeration. We're in America. That's what we do. We round up and we exaggerate.
And gather some Flesh Heap.
Yes.
Yep.
Ninja Boogie finally level 6 now on this Shadow Shaman, so look to him to play some wards in the towers. Looks like Mid One and company going to break. Tidehunter's going to use the Ravage on the 2. Here's Mushi with the reinforcements. Puppy's going to be the one to fall. And Tidehunter will live to see another day. Yaps are not able to hit the hook, wanting Mushi to aggress a little bit further as Gyrocopter dies to Ninja Boogie. Looks like they got him trapped inside the wards.
That's the bigger kill. Losing your Naga for Ravage is a pretty okay trade. Like Naga's not that
Oh!
all
You
right.
technically saw that within the...
Within the recap. You give a recap of that
Okay,
one.
guys, this is all... It's all by design. Tomorrow you will see Pimp Munkle at his best, and then you can... It's like the discrepancy factor, right? You can see the difference, the amateur...
It's how to make the playoff look good. You
Yes.
just have you obs the group stage.
Exactly.
Like,
And then
damn,
never
this
again.
camera guy is so good.
Mid lane, we have the TPM from Gyro. Looks like Puppy going to set things up with the ensnare. Yaps are just going to walk up and eat him. And okay, Jabs comes in with a nice impale. Ace doing a lot of damage with the Rocket Barrage, though it's going to be a 1-for-1. Jabs attempting to TP out, but nope. No Spike Carapace this time for you.
This Gyro's really strong. It's good for Mineski that they got that 1 kill on Gyro a moment ago. Because I think that is... It's the best kill of the map, clearly. Not only because he's top net worth and is getting as much done as he is, but it's more just the flow of Secret's lineup is very dependent on Ace. Like, he's making a lot of these moves as the carry while farming.
Well, Ice, he's taunting away. He's getting quite low. There's the song to cancel. And the break, the Nether Toxin. I didn't realize how low this cooldown was. That's
5 seconds. Yeah.
That's pretty ridiculous. Jesus. Okay.
They have a couple of good holds as well to keep tied in the Nether Toxin. Ensnare, Nether Toxin, when he can't break out of the Ensnare, he's just stuck there. Obviously, it doesn't only break the damage component of Kraken Shield, but also the ability to get out of stuns. So Secret have the tools to kill off the Tide like that.
It should disable taunts, too. What do you think?
Really important.
Well, it is for this game. I mean, this is... I mean, ice.
You're talking
Tide.
so much about this mental stuff, man. Coin flip, you can't taunt, so you can't play your hero anymore. It's like, oh, if I can't backstroke, I don't actually know how to run down
It's
the
one
lane
of
and
those
press
things
Rampage.
that this is what I honestly think, because I've had a lot of experience with, various fields, but with traditional sports especially, that this is a thing, right? And I think it's a lot of, just the mental game. And I think a lot of players don't realize how big of a deal
Oh,
that
the
is
mental game
sometimes.
is really important, but I don't think a big part of the mental game is being able to taunt while you're in Nether Toxin.
Well, that's less factor. I agree with that. Yapzor's going to get the
That's a
dismember up
big
on Ninja
kill. This is
Boogie.
a really big one. 500 gold for Fata.
Oh my,
7 kill streak.
Fata. Ooh. He's going to be happy to pick that one up. I mean, you have to realize, sometimes I am joking. That one I was joking. The coin flip, I'm not joking.
No,
I
the
think
thing
that's
is,
real.
I can't tell with you.
Okay.
Because you just spout nonsense
How about
all the
this?
time.
How about I spout the nonsense as I hear a gyrocopter
And
taking
then
out
you're
some
like,
ancient.
JK
JK, lol.
/S.
So you can never
Isn't
tell
that
if
the
I'm being
best?
sarcastic? Is that what you're
I
saying?
can. I can.
Okay.
Not always.
Not always.
No.
All right,
That's
good.
that's when you're good at it, right? When you're good at being sarcastic is when people can't always tell. And then they judge you after, and they think you're an asshole. And then you're kind of like, then you kind of
It's
got to
basically
recover, right?
Slacks' entire personality. You never know if he's joking or if he's just an idiot.
He's always joking.
Oh, I hear another
He's
dismember.
always both, actually.
Into the Sonic Wave. Mushi's gonna die one way or the other. There is a smoke gank coming. The question is, do they want to continue? It looks like the question of that is,
they do
the
have
answer to that
Ravage.
is yes. Jabs Vendetta. They're gonna spot him here
this
in a
is good.
second. Double impale coming. The hook's gonna save the gyrocopter for now. Ravage to follow. It's gonna hit 2. The gyrocopter is dead. Big kill here from mineski. Looks as if mid 1 might be next on the list. Gush up in 5 seconds. They're continuing the pressure. That's going to be 2 cores dead for a Razor. Very nicely done. Weren't expecting that after they had just killed the Razor.
And that was even a good hook from Yapsor as well. That could have been a lot cleaner for
Might be
mineski.
worse for Secret now, as Puppey looks to be next on the
No,
menu.
he just TP'd in. He's going to die
And
again.
no Song of Siren for 14 seconds.
Good hook.
And he's going to try to go for the Ember Spear here, but the net comes through.
He got him, I think. Oh, Earn clutch.
Moon will live.
Last second Earn. They also have a Helm of the Dominator regen on the Tidehunter. This is an item you're going to be seeing a lot more. I don't know how much you're up to date with the Helm of the Dominator build, but there's many players that are starting to experiment with getting this item again on different roles. Sometimes it's a carry, like something that's popular right now, at least in the European pubs, is going Lycan and getting a Helm of the Dominator first item. They go Brown Boots Dominator into Tread's Necrobook, and you hit this like ridiculous timing where you have a Siege Creep or a Strong Creep plus your passive, and you use your Howl and all that stuff. And this game, it's on a Tidehunter. I'm not sure if... I wonder what Ice is looking for. If there's like a specific creep here, or they're just like, you know...
That net was very handy in that last fight. That's
for sure. I just don't know if that was the logic. He got it like, okay, I want an ensnare in this game.
Oh, maybe he wanted to play Wraith King, and they wouldn't let him pick him, so that he ends up getting the skeletons from the trolls. What do you think? As this Tier 1 tower is going to be taking some damage now.
I think you're wrong.
Can you tell if I'm being sarcastic? This Tier 1 tower is denied by
Or just an
Mushi.
idiot, or both.
Yes, can you tell which one it is? Let's play What the Horse and find out. Who's on the back line here? Jabs, Vendetta. On the back line, has the Urn right now with 2 charges. He's going to find Ace. Doesn't have any backup at all. Ace is just going to take out this ancient stack.
It's interesting to look at the net worth distribution of this game. Like, Secret have a pretty minor lead while having the top 3. The following heroes, all 4 from mineski, and the Nyx Assassin also richer than the Pudge. So it kind of comes down to whether mineski can find a jump on one of the key cores. Like, if they manage to jump and kill a gyro, I don't think Secret have enough in the tank to win the fight after that. Oh, Tidehunter is in a lot of trouble.
He is in a lot of trouble. Sonic Wave is there, and he actually saved the team of Fata. Stuck inside the Serpent Wards, though. And Jabs comes in with the Impale. That's going to be 2 kills the way of mineski with the trade of Ice Ice Ice.
That hook might have just ended up being really good, actually. I don't think that was
really
intended.
good?
That was not intended, I think.
Fata died right after anyway.
I think he wanted to hook the Tide.
Oh, I think so too.
But he actually might have saved Fata because he blinked in aggressively, and he was next to the tower, and there was a lot of reinforcement from mineski. So mineski still getting a great fight, obviously. 2 cores for 1. And it looks like it will be the 3rd classic core from Secret dying as well.
Yapsor will get off to Dismember, but die shortly after. Ninja Boogie's just taking all the kills for himself. He's getting super good. He has the Blink Dagger, which on a support at 18 minutes is pretty unheard of with the Arcane Boost. His farm is redonkulous right now.
He's going the classic Shaman build. We saw a Shaman build from Puppey earlier today. It was very different. He went the Spirit Vessel into Halberd and was just very tanky and very annoying for the enemy core. This game, the role of Shaman seems to be more of an initiation style, which in a way you could argue is a bit overkill, right? They already have a Nyx Assassin that can engage. They have the Ember Slight Chains. Tidehunter wants to get a blink as well. So initiation will be coming in spades, but we'll see if this ends up being a good choice for Ninja Boogie. At least
Would
right
you
now
consider
it's
it more of a snowball item then? Just continue the pressure, keep your foot on the pedal, so to speak?
It gives you the potential of getting skirmishes done a lot easier, because Blink Hex is just really great for that, right? It's a very good way of dealing with Queen of Pain. But at the same time, once you've blinked in and cast your spells, you're a very easy kill, right? The difference between that and the Puppey build was that Puppey would walk in, cast all his spells, and then in order to kill him, you actually had to commit key cooldowns almost to kill that Shaman off. Curious to see. It looks like Ninja Boogie is going for Force Staff. I was wondering, most of the time if you see a Shaman get really rich, we've seen Aghanims build into Refresher.
Yeah. Jabs is likely to be dead. Thank God Dismember is global, by the way, the sound. It really helped me find that kill. But this is a massive ancient stack that Mushi and company are going to be taking out with the help of Ice Ice Ice.
Yapsor took the armor. I don't think this is the common thing to do on Pudge.
I actually was going to ask you this, what the common build. I don't even know.
I think the most common build is 1-2-2-1 on the talents. I think that's what you do. Spell Lifesteal is really good. It allows you to sustain a lot better
Yeah,
in
that,
fights.
that one I feel is a no-brainer. Same with the 20.
Most of the time you take GPM on 20. The cooldown reduction is kind of nice, but it's not the best hero to have it on unless you have like multiple active items that use CDR very well. And then the Flesh Heap Strength is more often than not better than this method. So he chose the armor this time. It is obviously good when you're playing against multiple heroes that have physical damage sources, right? There's the Razor dealing a lot of physical, Ember will deal physical. Oh, he's actually Orchided right now and dead. Great camera work by Kent Muckle.
Kent Munkle Jr. I'm his understudy right now. There's also the minus armor from Gush, obviously, so I don't know if that actually comes into play in his thought process. As Ice is going to jump in, he's going to get ensnared right away. The Nether Toxin breaking his passive. He's going to pop the ult, though. Ninja Boogie's here as well. The wards into the Hex. Looks like Tidehorn's going to be the first to fall, though. There's a Strongest Iron. Mid one. Looks like he will survive just barely. Puppy saving his teammate, and they're just going to turn this around on Ninja Boogie again. And that's a 3-kill streak now for Fata. He's gotten all the streaks on Ninja Boogie.
I think Tide should get a Force Staff this game. I don't think he should have bought Blink. He's been pressured by the same exact play like 3 or 4 times in a row and snare into Nether Toxin, and he can itemize to just solve that problem really easily.
That's true.
Could have built that Force Staff instead of Blink Dagger, and this play is a totally different story. Because it's one thing he gets the Ravage off, but he didn't do anything beyond that, right? He just died. With Force Staff, he can negate that break, get rid of some of the negative abilities cast on him, and eventually just soak up a lot more damage, right? Because he breaks some of it off.
Hook's going to miss from Yapsor. He reveals his position.
It's going to back off.
And he will fall
He's
back.
level
So
12.
he's going Spirit Vessel now on Yapsor. Has 6 Flesh Heaps.
Man, everyone is so high level this game.
I mean, this is Dota now, honestly.
Not really.
Really?
It's just there's so many kills on these supports that they're really high level. I don't think it's that common minute 20 that every single support has level 2 ultimate.
Well, if you go back 2 years, look at the difference, right?
I mean, sure.
It's insane
It's
how much
obviously
this
a
game
different
has
pace
changed.
relatively, but compared to the average game of this patch, I would say this is pretty unusually high levels of experience across the support board. So, Jabs ate the hook, used Carapace. I don't think that was what Yapsor was intending.
Oh,
he was trying to hook the rune.
Oh.
He was actually trying to.
Oh,
hook
was
the
he?
rune.
Up
He
here?
walked in top of the rune, or in front of the rune.
I can't blame him.
Carapace.
When every time you play, but you got to try for it, you know?
That's
It's
such a
low
nice
risk.
play, though, from Jabs. Heads up there. That's really good.
It's pretty cool.
I think he saw on this ward down here Yapsor's movement trajectory, and he just guessed that Yap was going to try to hook that rune, and completely caught him off guard and got that nice
And
kill.
they have really good vision in this area, actually.
Yeah.
Ace now has the 10-second BKB, but it's at base at the moment.
He's slowly but steadily just pulling even further.
Yeah, it really does feel that way.
But that's just Gyrocopter in this game. I think this is the natural progression of the game. It's just how it's going to go. Oh, Puppy has the Arcane Ring, so he's showing which one is real. Jabs could Carapace this Nether Toxin and get something going, but his team isn't really in position yet. They're going to travel up Ember, and that kind of gives it away for mid one here. That something is happening.
Yeah,
Good
and it
Force
cost
Staff.
them a TP as well.
Seeker are reinforcing this pretty big time.
What do you think of the Yules on Ember?
He needs it against Orchid. That's a good idea.
How many times has he died to the Orchid? Is it just that one time so far?
Once or twice. It's just like you have to adjust. You can Manto, you can Orchid or Yules, and use as a way cheaper choice. BKB is not that good for him this game. There's too many counters.
Oh, Puppy's going to be found. Will he be able to get Song off is the question.
Oh, great Centaur stun.
Yeah, Centaur
Nice
Stump will
play.
ensure that the stuns will be enough to keep him at bay. Yapsor misses the hook.
Oh, Seeker need to be careful here.
They're going to
That's a
jump
bonus
right onto
kill.
Yapsor. That should be a freebie. Ace is going to use Call Down, but don't think he's going to actually commit. Oh, there's the deny.
Oh, Yaps are so good. The great deny. I feel like, okay, whenever you have the chance to rot deny, I feel like the server rolls the dice.
Yeah, I agree. If
rolls
it's a
the dice
50
and
oh
it's-
my goodness. Ravage onto 1. They're committing a lot. It is a Viper kill, and they will be successful.
All right, serious time, though. Whenever you rot,
Serious time.
when you rot, the server rolls a die, and if it's anything but a 6, you get the deny. That's what it feels like to me. Pudge always gets the deny.
No, I agree.
It always favors him somehow.
I think so.
So we need more
something
ticks.
something hardcore. Somebody at Valve is a real Pudge fan.
Yeah. No follow-up on that, actually.
What if you deny yourself and you get money? What do you think of that?
You have, like, the
Think
worst
about
ideas.
that. Think about that as Puppy.
Oh, he didn't
He's
get
gonna
the
use
deny
Song, not able to
even.
get the 9 in the tower, but will be able to kill
Good setup.
these Serpent Wards. Here's the call down from Ace. The Yules is going to keep Ember alive for now. He's not going to take any damage from this. Nice slide of fist as well. And we'll
Throughout the
just remnant away, but here comes Fada. Of course, Orchid up in 9 seconds, and Moon is just going to TP out to safety. So great disengage from mineski.
Yeah, Song and Caldown used. Secret needs to be a little bit careful with their positioning here. I don't know how much information they have. They see the Tide bottom, but they obviously know there's a remnant in play here from Moon that could come back to him. The homing missile will follow him. Centaur creep being annoying. Centaur creep still being annoying. And Centaur creep being hooked. Nope, just run down. And Secret are going to try to... Are they going to actually brute force this Roche? They know Ravage is on cooldown, but that does not make this a free fight, I think. If Ember is in position, he bails and just starts chaining them. Could intimidate them quite a lot here, but they might not even realize this is going on.
I mean, they don't have vision there, but
There comes the call with Foreman.
the illusions are making it pretty obvious, I feel like.
Roche on quarter health. They're giving it up and going for Future. Nice play from Secret. I think this is... They should be pretty happy with this. It's a very good Aegis.
Oh, Jabs!
Oh!
He took it! Oh my god! What
My
a play
ears.
from Jabs. Good lord, that is disgusting. It's going to cost him his life, but well worth it. Jeez Louise, Cinderwin.
Very
Meanwhile,
nice.
bottom they get the tier 2
All
as
right,
well,
well,
just
now
like you
Secret are
said.
not happy with that Roche.
Well, that goes without
how,
saying, I
That's how
think.
quickly it can change.
Yeah, that's real good stuff. Ace right now was positioned to pick up that Aegis, but now we'll have to work with a portion of his butterfly that he's working towards now. Perhaps even the evasion portion, if you will.
I think he wants the Eagle Song first. The evasion is not that good here.
Yeah, I guess that's true. It's Razor, I guess, is the main
It's somewhat
culprit, right?
decent, but the majority of damage he's taking is not of that nature. It's more about he's in his BKB, he's not going to die. When he comes out of BKB, he's going to get blown up if they have spells, or if they catch him beforehand. But still looking good. Still, the gap, though, is closing here. Like the relative gap. He might be the same flat amount ahead.
Puppy's dead. One, oh, maybe not.
Oh my
nice.
god! At the last second, able to get out.
just
Ninja
as
Boogie in the
nice.
meantime.
Wants to be the sacrificial lamb. No. He TP's out.
Damn,
pretending to be the
There's a
sacrificial
lot of
lamb.
clutchness going on right now. That was a great attempt from Puppy. Mushi gets in with a max range plasma field. Last second TP out from Ninja Boogie. This is good stuff.
Homing missile applied to Tidehunter. Better be careful. Is there a Viper in the range? Oh, Yapsor's there. Hook into the homing missile. Gets the Ravage off. It's going to cost him his life at the very least. So here comes Razor, stealing a lot of damage. Mushi looks like he's trying to run away. As Fata positions himself with a BKB on the other side of the cliff. There's the Yapsor. Dismember onto Mushi. He looks to be dead. Double kill for mid one. As the fight continues, Fata's BKB finally comes out as the ensnare comes out from Moon now. So it's a 2 for 2. Yapsor looking for some more hooks. He's got a lot of mana to work with right now. And I miss a kill.
Wait,
Ninja Boogie.
Oh, Ninja Boogie soloed him. He blink, ward trapped, and hex shackled
Jesus.
him. And I was about to say, at the end of that fight, Mineski are probably okay with this trade. Like, they lose 2 cores to kill the Naga and the Quap, but there's also 2 BKBs being expended by Gyro and Quap there. But now that they got the Gyro kill, well worth it for them. And Shaman cashing in big time on that kill. How much did he get for that? 500, killing the highest net worth hero in the game. And if you're Mineski, you don't have to worry that much right now in terms of net worth, right? Or just game flow. It doesn't seem like Secret will be able to push at any point soon because they lost that Aegis that Jab stole from them.
Yes.
That is so important. Maelstrom will be arriving for Moon. Looks like Puppy wants to snipe the courier with a snare here. They are covering
He's
it,
gonna
though.
glimmer for it. No. Other side. Ninja Boogie doing a nice job of
He's
microing
gonna
that.
just break on the wave here. Ah, Moon's out of there.
I feel like I've seen more TPs this game at 28 minutes than I've ever seen before, without a tinker in the game, of course.
There's been quite a lot of movement.
And a lot of like very close calls, TPing away from like some aggression. Which that's kind of the cool thing, because in Captain Mode, you're not really going to see that too often, because you can formulate your draft however you want, pretty much, with just the amount of bans that you have. But in Captain's Draft, of course, you don't get all the options that you want. You have to be quick on your feet.
I want to say that this Dire draft is pretty meta, though. They actually got themselves a lot of really strong picks for this patch. Whereas Secret are a bit more, I would say maybe like a bit experimental with some of the elements at least. Like the support duo Naga Pudge is pretty unusual. I would say their core combination is not that common either. Having all 3 of these together, Viper, Quap, and Gyro is a bit special too.
Oh boy. Mid one is probably not going to survive this as the call down comes down. Ace with the BKB. Not able to hit anybody actually. Ninja Boogie's going to put down the wards. Trying to position them to block off this fight. It's going to be a 1-for-1 right now. Looks like the Nyx Assassin on the backside. Sonic Wave. It's not going to do any damage because of the Song of Siren. And Puppy will TP out and they will just get out of dodge for now.
That
And there's another deny from Yapster, the 50-50, aka 100% deny.
That song didn't really matter. Like, the Sonic Wave wouldn't have killed Mushi, and they would disengage anyway. But actually, now that the damage didn't get done to him, he will come in for the high ground. They have Ravage still.
Ravage onto 3 heroes, and here comes Ember Spirit with a double impale as well from Nyx. And that is a dead Gyro. Puppy looks to be next. Only 1 survivor right now for Secret.
Oh, shit.
What? Looks like this. Where did that come from?
They're
Looks
in
like this is
trouble,
a dead Rax.
That is 2 lanes, almost.
I mean,
They push pretty
they do
fast.
have buyback.
They have a dominated catapult.
That's true.
It has attack speed aura as well from the Helm of the Dawn. That's something you don't think about too much, maybe, but the 20 attack speed aura from this item does a lot when you dominate a catapult.
Yes.
It's, I don't know what the catapult's base attack speed is, but you know, it attacks a lot faster than your regular catapult will. So they got the full lane. They actually back off here. I think they back off a little bit too early, but showing some respect to Secret. I think they could have taken almost this full tower. They're 5 against 3. Maybe scared of a buyback from Gyro, but even then, I think they could have managed to disengage. They know songs on cooldown, but regardless, extremely big win here for mineski. They just turned the game on its head in 2 minutes, more or less. Secret had been floating an advantage in the game almost the whole time, and now...
Yeah, slight lead for Secret most of the game. And then that Roshan Age of Steel was pretty huge. And the following couple fights really put this in mineski's favor. 9k lead for them with that bottom Rax in tow. So from an optimistic standpoint in Secret, you have this massively farmed, at this point, I guess, Razor and Gyro.
Wait a
Gyro
second,
not
if Quap
top of net
dies
worth
here,
anymore.
this is real bad.
It's going to be real bad, I think. Fata,
Yep.
he has blink up in 1 second,
Ooh, that's
but
80 seconds on the sideline on a core.
no buyback either.
They don't know that for sure, but considering Fata almost just bought this plate mail, I think that was a new purchase. Then
All right, would like
nice,
to.
Mr. GG.
All right, so it's actually just stuck there.
Why
Thanks
is
for
that not going away?
thank you for ruining the broadcast. God damn it!
Hey, Mr. GG, if you'd like to watch the broadcast, you could go watch the stream. It's kind of the same thing.
We're can you take this off for a second so I can turn this
Alright,
off?
we're gonna switch scene.
Yeah, switch scene real quick to anything. Literally anything.
All right. So
All right, we're good.
it's still showing.
We're gonna watch.
Oh, great hook.
Oh, we'll just keep that on for the rest of the game. It's fine. It's a Valve bug. We'll just blame it on them.
Wait, why is that not? Seriously though, why is it not going away?
I don't know.
Can you tab out and tell him you don't want to?
He doesn't need an answer. I already went offline.
I think you shift tab decline, but I'm really surprised it's still showing.
it
Alright, they gotta
it
kill
makes
Viper.
this so much more enjoyable. I'm
Yeah.
gonna leave it
I mean,
now.
I don't mind it either. I like.
This fortification is now up. Viper does have buyback. Looks like we're gonna have the fight here. Impale only onto 1, but big Ravage from Ice. The buyback comes through from the Viper. Nice Sonic Wave onto a couple of heroes, but is it gonna be enough? It's 4v4. The Emperor Spirit did die. Does have buyback, of course. But with Nyx Assassin down, I think Ace is just going to clean up these wards and make sure no more structural damage is going to be done. Yule's is going to keep Ninja Boogie alive for now, but not much longer. So it's a 3-4-2 with the buyback, I believe. We'll look at the recap here
I think
in a
that was
second.
a pretty good response from Secret. What do you think, Mr. GG?
I think he'd just like to watch your broadcast.
Please get rid of that. I can't take it.
I mean, what do you want me to do? Shit. All right.
Say,
All right, thanks,
There you go.
guys. Okay, I actually thought it was a literal message, so it was just like one of those
no.
automated things. Okay.
I mean, I know it's new for you that someone wants to watch your broadcast, but
That's true. The Dota Cinema audience is not what it used to be. since
Now
you've gone to play, aka pro gaming, quote unquote.
Okay.
You know, it's been really difficult without you. But 11k lead now from mineski. I didn't hit the recap. I was gonna do that, and then you distracted me.
yeah,
so.
sorry for fixing the image. Won't happen again.
But with that, mineski still increasing on their lead.
Yeah, who was it that they bought back? It was a Viper, right? It was a Viper
Yes.
buyback only, but they lost Tower, and mineski did not buy back anyone for that. So
This is the production quality you can expect from Moonduck. Thanks, Val, for the minor. Really appreciate it.
pretty sure we can just blame.
That's a Valve bug. Let's be
I think
real.
Pimp Muckle didn't set up. He
It's
could
all
have
Pimp's
definitely
fault.
considered that option. Like, it happens all the time that people want to watch the
Yes,
broadcast.
Of course. Of course. It's actually never happened to me, like you said. Yaps are looking for a hook. Level 19 right now. Any items that are going to be kind of game-breaking here, as we see an Octarine core picked up by Nana?
I don't know. I think the biggest item of the game right now is the gem on Yapzor, because if Secret want to have the hope of winning a fight, they flat out need superior vision in the fight. They need to try to get a jump that has impact, either getting a really good Song of the Siren into call down, or maybe catching out the Nyx before the fight even starts with the Orchid of Queen, something like that. But he has the Yule, so it's a bit hard to see Secret's win condition right now, to be honest. We'll see if they can set up a fight. Glimmering in Yapzor, but it's into a ward and a sentry here.
Yep, they definitely see him. He does get the ward, though, as the Searing Chains comes out. Roshan is about to spawn in about 8 seconds. I think they were looking for a potential sneak of Rosh, perhaps. Kind of risky, especially with Ravage online now.
They have the Naga advantage. It's always really strong in Rosh.
Yeah, that's definitely
one of the big benefits of the hero.
Which is crazy how Jab was able to get away with the Aegis steal earlier. Razor almost done with MKB, by the way, which is going to be a nice pickup against the butterfly of
very good item.
Of the gyro. Ensnare. We haven't really seen any ensnare into hooks.
Have we seen the nullifier used yet by mid one, or is that completely new? Because this is a very unusual Viper build. I like when you can tell that players just identify what the absolutely key condition is.
He might not be able to use it here. I don't think it'll keep him alive, but the Song of Siren will.
Oh, this is a really good call down position, but they might not want to fight.
I'm not sure if they want to. They're considering it. The call down comes through. It's going to cancel the blink from Ice. Does have it available now. Gets ensnared again into the hook. See if they can Nether Toxin this. Not in time. The Ravage comes out on 3, but the BKB popped by Ace. They will be able to clean up Ice at the very least. Silence on Jabs. Gyrocopter doing a lot of damage with the Rocket Barrage. Sonic Wave is enough to finish off Ninja Boogie. And with that, 3 deaths in favor of Secret. Very well played. And they should be able to get Roshan on top of it.
That was super good. They even insta-purged the self-Yules of Nyx with the Nullifier. They got that extra kill as well. And Key Hook. It's always the pudge factor. This can always happen. Like if you see
it wasn't snare hook.
Yeah, sure. But still.
Great job by Puppy. Nice and snare, buddy.
Of course. It's always that setup and team effort. But the real fight winner there is the Observer Ward. That's the part that the gem is playing. Like Secret had better information about what was going on. They got off that ensnare, they got the hook, and immediately took a very advantageous fight because they just saw the spread of mineski in that moment that they could go for that play. Even with their song on cooldown, even with call down use, they still found an opportunity. And I think mineski probably felt a bit safe, you know, like song is down, call down's down, they're not going to go for us. And then all of a sudden, great setup from them. They get Roche, they get mid tier 2, they push here. No buybacks will be expended here from mineski, but this is a really expensive fight for them. They just lost their entire lead almost.
Yeah. 4K right now. And the real question is, in theory, is Secret, how will they fare against, like, even getting 2 racks down? Like, in terms of pushing the waves, how does this lineup fare? Like, you have Puppy. Obviously, Naga Siren in general is really good at it, but this is a support Naga.
It's still decent.
You got Queen of Pain, pretty decent.
Yeah, they have pretty good wave there. Like Gyro is good, Quap is good, Pudge is better than you would think.
Oh my god, dude, I am so excited about this. Not to cut you off.
What's that?
Do you see this item? Queue up.
Oh, he's going Axe on time.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
Ice likes that a lot. May I recommend a 4-step, sir?
He went for the -4. Oh, this is beautiful though. He doesn't go for the Kraken Shield damage block because it's already getting blocked by Nether Toxin. So the -4 Gush Armor, you can do it AoE. Oh, it's so disgusting. Was that -10? What does it become?
I don't know. I still think you should have bought a 4-step earlier this game. At this point, maybe you don't do it because there's a nullifier on the Viper, so he can prevent you from forcing out of the Nether Toxin now. But
Eon Disc.
Yeah,
see this?
On the Naga.
That's nice.
It's a very good item on Naga. Your main goal is just to walk in and make sure you get Song off. And now if he gets disabled and takes some damage, he can instantly get the Song off anyways. It's like a safety net. It's pretty good.
Pun intended?
Safety net?
Yeah.
I'm glad you caught it. I thought about it myself.
That's such a lie.
What?
You can't claim it after the fact. Come on.
I didn't
don't
point
believe
it.
you. I don't
really
believe you. There's no way.
It's like, it's not even that good.
I know
you would have been really proud of that.
I would have.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not ashamed to say it. You know, I'm a humble man. I'm impressed just by waking up in the morning.
You're impressed by mediocrity, and I'm looking for greatness. So I was like, that's not that good.
Typical European.
Yeah.
Moon level 24
just
now.
Settle. Just settle, man.
Oh, Ace, I didn't realize is 25, so he has 3 homing missile charges. I think this is arguably one of the worst level 25 talent choices from any hero, I want to say.
It's not that good, but I also think a lot of the times players don't use the talent that well. Often I see gyros just, you just take that homing missile talent, you like the first target you see, you just put 3 homing missiles on them. But then you're casting them on top of each other, so you get way less stun duration. Whereas if you have vision in the fight, you can put on like 3 different heroes, you form defensive cooldowns, you force out from different heroes, you get them to change up their positioning. I think the talent is pretty good, but honestly, out of all the 25 talents, it's probably the one that's used the worst on average.
Okay, I could see that. What do you think of the global calldown?
Awful.
Awful?
It's pretty. That is probably one of the worst 25 talents if you choose that. I think that's pretty.
The old Aghanim Scepter without
Yeah,
the
I know.
benefits of having an Ags.
It also wasn't bought back then.
I know. Well,
So-
that's not true. A couple times. A couple times.
I'm
Ace with the double damage right now. We're seeing the Gush Aghanims as
Oh.
Ace is going to pop BKB. Really wants to do some damage to this tier 3. Dismember being applied to Mushi. He's going to have to
do
get
that
Force
much.
Staff away. There's the Ravage. Only onto mid 1 right now. He's at half HP. He gets Hex. Looks like Yapzor is going to fall. Mid 1 is next. Bottom lane. Damage was done to this mid Rax. I'm confused by that engagement.
I did not really like that move from Ace. I think that's way too aggressive to play. He has the Aegis, so like it was a clutch BKB. He was expecting the Nick stun and broke it, but they couldn't really do anything with this. He runs in, he hits that tower. mineski is a way favorable position. His BKB is down, so even if he has the Aegis, he'll just die twice. So he has to run away, and they end up losing both the Viper and the Pudge on the way out. And we'll see now if mineski wants to try to press the issue here. There's two dead heroes without... Actually, Pudge just got buyback from his gold talent. Very handy. mineski obviously with Ravage on cooldown might be a bit hesitant here. But they probably like to at least force a Viper buyback that they might imagine it is available, but it's not.
Look at this attack speed from Mushi. Plus 100 at level 25.
Yeah, this talent's
Pretty crazy.
That's a good talent.
Yes. Actually, I think the other one's not bad either.
No, it's
I
not
don't
bad
think you
either.
get it as often, but it becomes a 2-second cooldown on stable
If
current.
there's something like really key that you can purge off all the time or something, but I can't really think of anything that you would want to purge every 2 seconds, you know?
It doesn't have to be for one thing. It's just generally helpful. It slows.
100 attacks per second.
Yeah, but that's true. That's hard to replicate. Technically, you can buy that, but it's going to be quite expensive. You can't buy minus 3
Yeah,
cents.
it's pretty nice to get a free Moonshark when you think about it, you know?
Yeah. Now
And a
Fata
free
right now
unconsumed one as well.
has the AC, 6-second BKB now, so dwindling in that department. Ace's BKB, on the other hand, is down
Ooh,
to
they
5.
they smoked under ward. This can be the end of the game if mineski set this up properly. Actually, never mind. They don't have Ravage for 40 seconds, so I don't think they can win this fight big enough that it ends.
What's the best case scenario for, I guess, secret side? What kind of initiation are other than like smoke ganks like this? Would they rather kind of re-engage into a fight like with Song, or would they rather try to initiate with it right off
I
the
think
bat?
the best thing is if they can Song the Ravage and not lose a hero. That is kind of the ideal
Right.
fight, that they trade those
Okay.
two abilities off. And there's a pretty high probability of being able to do it, because even if Puppy gets Ravaged, I think it deals enough damage to trigger off his Aeon Disc, or it does it. 80% health. How much health does he have? 2200. So he needs to take 440 damage to break it. That's actually not enough. He needs to get hit by more than Ravage. If he only gets Ravaged, it doesn't trigger.
Yeah. Maybe with a Gush, the
Yep.
AoE Gush,
Then
just
it-
run right into it on
Then
purpose.
it triggers. Yep, absolutely.
Easy peasy.
Second smoke. Okay, so Secret have just chain smoked here. And if this one doesn't do anything...
That's
yes, I also noticed that one. Thanks for asking.
Okay.
If they get something... If they don't get anything out of this, they've kind of cut their options for the next 10 minutes. I don't think they have any more left, do they? They might have one left. Can you actually see
No, you
this?
can't
I
see
feel
that
like you
anymore.
can't see it.
No, it doesn't
You
work.
used to be able to see
Yes, correct.
it. Oh, he has 2 in backpack on Pudge. All right, well, they're good to go.
okay.
They just haven't
Why
smoked all
not
game.
chain smoke a third time?
Yeah.
3 times the charm, as they say.
I mean, mineski is reading it very well. They're aware that Secret's making a move. They have just Moon bottom lane, pushing that out, waiting for information, because now the creeps are going to start pushing into Secret's base, and they kind of have to eventually respond to this. They can wait and let the creeps hit their towers a little bit, but what's their gain? You know, like, it's very clear mineski are not going to fall for this bait. There goes an effigy. Starting to deal damage to the tier 4s now. And here comes Fata. He's back to defense.
Have you seen this 25 talent? Vendetta unobstruct pathing?
Yeah, I think it's good sometimes. I really like the 100 agility if
I
you're
mean,
rich on Nyx, so you can get E-Blade.
E-Blade, yeah.
It's pretty strong.
I would think most people take the unobstructed pathing, though, right?
If you're
Games
not
like
rich,
this?
then unobstructed pathing
Oh.
can be very good.
Ice. There's smoke going to be
That
popped.
is
There's
a
the
pretty good
Ravage
Ravage.
onto 3. Fata does pop the BKB. Surfer wards are placed. Gyro is dead right off the bat. The first to fall. Fata has to disengage. Mid 1 stuck inside the wards. There's a Song of Siren. And mid 1 attempting to get out of dodge here. They're going to try to Force Staff and Blink and do everything they can to catch up to him. They would be successful. No buyback for him. Ace does have one. Might have to use it, or this could be GG.
We actually saw the exact scenario we were talking about earlier. Puppy got ravaged, but it didn't take any more damage, so his Aeon Disc didn't go off. And then eventually when it did go off, Gyro was dead. Just a very quick Ravage play there from Ice. I love how he's playing this Tide. I think a lot of Tides are very like hesitant. They're waiting
Wait,
for the fight
what?
to develop, find an
Fata.
opportunity. He just goes in when he sees the chance.
Fata.
He is
Ooh.
dead.
All right.
Desperate times call for desperate measures, right? He has to do something. He can't just sit back in space and wait, because they're going to just lose the lane of Rax. He's trying to push in the wave, maybe get a kill, slow down Mineski's advances. He does have a buyback, so...
Oh, I don't know if you want to hook in that scenario, but we'll see. Yapsor, 8 seconds on hook now. Ice was stuck in the tree. That's the trigger of the buyback now from Fata. I think they're going to not buy back on Gyro until the 3rd Rax, most likely.
Hasn't chosen his talent yet, Ice. He's thinking about this one.
Take that 250 damage. He does! Oh, yeah.
This
That's a 400 damage dealing Tide Hunter now. There's the Gush on AoE. Fata's in a lot of trouble. BKB popped in. They do get the Gyrocopter buyback after waiting for so long. This could be the beginning of the end for Secret here. Will they go to the lower bracket in the group stage? Fata, she's right there. Has the Homing Missile applied. Call down as well. Double buyback for Secret. As Mushi quite low on HP and Fata. This could be a dieback if they're able to finish him off, and they are. Double kill for Mushi. Now Song, too late. Too late to save Fata in that scenario. So at the very least, they lose 2 racks. Multiple buybacks are used. Probably going to get megas out of this bad boy. There's the break. Ice. Damage has already been done by him. Mid 1 pops the BKB. Cheese still there. Nullifier also available to use, but that's going to be mega creeps going their way. Everybody's surrounded by this goo and disgustingness of Viper. Nyx Assassin looks to be next on the list. It's a 1-for-1 right now, but many heroes are quite low. Looks like Ninja Boogie's trying to deal a little bit of damage on the sideline, but at this point, 3 dead for Secret, multiple dead for Mineski as well. But again, they do have megas. Trying to clean up Mushi at some point in this game. They will finally do so. As the tier 4s are down, megas are in favor of Mineski. They can just wait this out if they want, or they can actually just buy back and finish, which looks like that's actually going to be the case. Ace pops the BKB, trying to run the base, but don't think that's going to happen. Mid 1 trying to help out, but too little, too late. Looks like Secret is going to be going to the lower bracket, as Mineski will be
Ravaging
first
their
place
corpses.
in the group horse. Gracious.
Nice game from them. I like the draft more overall, as you said, going into the game. I think they have... the Secret lineup is a bit more, I would say, it requires more finesse. It's harder to play, I would say. They had some really nice plays with the ensnare into hook, set that up. They had a couple of good team fights, but I would say ease of execution definitely favoring Mineski in this one. And when they got 1 or 2 better fights, then they just started pulling ahead. And they had the answers to the Gyro. I think that's the most important thing overall, is that the farmed hero on Secret side actually got shut down pretty well. Multiple fights, he got ravaged and just blown up by Razor and Ember Spirit's Remnants. And
It's actually insane, because if the Aeon Disc worked with that damage threshold that they wanted with Ravage,
yeah,
that could have made all the difference for
it could have
Secret.
made a really big difference, that fight. That could have turned it around. You could have got an instant song off, but unable to. In hindsight, this is easy to say afterwards. It might have been a better choice to get Blink Dagger and just stand really far back with Naga. That's the classic old way of playing Naga, is that you wait for the whatever key ability you're trying to counter, and you just cast Song and you blink on top of everyone.
Right.
But obviously, Blink Dagger gives no stats. The Aeon Disc has that advantage, and obviously it has room for error in different ways. But after seeing it play out, it's easy to say. But I think Blink Dagger, for that specific purpose in this game, would have been better.
All right, so with that, Mineski secures #1 spot in Group Horse. They will get to choose their opponent, which will be between the 3rd and 4th placements of the opposite group for the playoffs.
Which at the moment looks to be who is in the lower bracket of the other group.
I'd have to look at my...
Pain and EG. So either Pain or EG will be last.
Well, not necessarily.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it was last.
Because they're playing the lower bracket, right? So more than likely, Mineski will choose the loser of that matchup.
Right. Well, I think
It's very possible. At least.
they probably choose Pain, I think.
Depending, because if
I
Pain,
don't think
if
it's
Pain
depending.
beats EG and then they win their next one, then they're not even
right.
a choice.
If Pain is like 3rd or 4th, I think they probably get chosen by
that
Mineski,
is
most likely.
That is pretty likely, yes.
But with that, we'll take a quick break and see what the panel have to say about this match and the upcoming ones. I think we have 2 left in this group, so stay tuned. We'll be right back.